What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Hay with a healthy thought for the day. It is well known within the scientific community, right, that there is a strong link between the health of our microbiome, that is the gut bacteria in our gut, and our overall immune system health, right? So, as a matter of fact, some researchers would even suggest that up to 90% of all diseases known can ultimately be traced back to the health of our gut. In other words, if you have poor gut bacteria, right, your gut is a mess. You don't have a good population of healthy bacteria in your gut, then your overall immune system health can go dramatically down, right? I'm going to put a couple links in the description below, and I'm going to go into great detail about that. There's enough research. You can easily just put it in a Google search, gut health and immune system, and you'll find tons of stuff. But I did put a couple articles down below for you to check out on your own time, in the description box, that is. But with that being said, what I want to do today is I just want to share with you guys one of my personal favorite recipes. I eat on a really regular basis, almost every day. It's cheap, it's tasty, and it can help boost your immune system by feeding the good bacteria in your gut, and making the nutrients within the food more easily assimilated. Okay, so come check it out. All right, so here are your ingredients. You have oatmeal. Now, I personally like the old-fashioned rolled oats best, but that is just my preference. You can do whatever you want, the Irish cut, steel cut, whatever, but I like the rolled oats best. So basically, you want a 1-to-1 ratio of dry oats to water. And also, what I did, okay, is in addition to your 1-to-1 ratio, 1 cup of dried oats to water, you are then going to put in an extra 2 tablespoons of something, an acidic medium, to help break down the oats. Now, why do you do that? Well, the act of soaking it overnight or even up to 24 hours, what it does is it begins to essentially pre-digest the grains, make ultimately making them easier for us to digest, and thus making the nutrients easier to assimilate and boosting your gut health and your overall health. So you have a lot of options here. You can use something like apple cider vinegar. You should make sure that it is raw. So if you can see here on the label, it is raw, unfiltered. Actually, let's see, it's still a little blurry, but yeah, raw, unfiltered, unpasteurized. So it still has the good bacteria in here. That's going to help break it down. I've done that. Honestly, this is the first time I'm using lemon juice, so I'm interested to see how this is going to turn out tomorrow. Or you can use the whey, which you can get from good quality yogurt. I'm going to have to make another video on how to make your own cream cheese and whey. Or you could even just use a couple tablespoons of yogurt or kefir. But basically, you just want some kind of acidic medium to help break down the oats. So I already squeezed in 2 tablespoons of the lemon juice and put it right in here so you can see. And now I'm just going to find a spot to let it soak overnight. Okay, so here we are. I just soaked the oatmeal. I had the 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and a cup of water inside. And so I'm just literally finding a place to let it soak. So if you look here, this is uncovered. Personally, I really don't worry that much. Like, I've never been a worrier, or some people might call it, say, a germaphobe, if you want to use that word. So honestly, like, I don't even bother covering it. Like, I just don't worry about it. But if that makes you a little uncomfortable, you could just put like a paper towel on it. You want you want oxygen to be able to get in, but you don't, but if you're concerned about like flies or dirt, you can just put like a paper towel over the top of the bowl, or just a plate or something, to keep those things out. But honestly, just for me personally, I don't even worry about it. So I'm just going to leave it as is. But you want to put it out of direct sunlight. So, all right, I'm just putting it in the top of my closet. Sounds funny, but I mean, yeah, I just literally let it chill there, for well, until tomorrow, until I make it. You can see up there, I have my ceramic pot or jar, whatever you want to call it, of kefir going. That's another thing. I'll have to maybe do another video on that as well. What's up, everybody? Okay, so the oatmeal has been sitting now for about 24 hours, and I took the bowl from my closet. As you can see here, it has soaked up most of the moisture. There's a very little seeping out from the bottom, but it really has absorbed most of the moisture. Oatmeal has a tendency to do that. Um, and I'm pretty much ready to go here. So all you need is an extra cup of water because I cooked a cup of oatmeal. So once again, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you were cooking like a week's worth at a time, 5 cups of oatmeal, whatever, you put an additional 5 cups of water into the pot. But I only cooked 1 cup of oatmeal, so 1 additional cup of water now into the pot. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. All right, and I'm also going to put in about a half a teaspoon of good quality salt. I spilled a little bit on the board, so I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned style or whatever. Just dump it in from the board like that. But yeah, then all you do, turn the heat on, right? Bring it to a boil, and then once it's boiling, bring it to a nice simmer. Then you're gonna put the oatmeal in and cover it. Wow, this is not starting. There we go. All right, so I'm going to bring the water to a boil. And then once it's boiling, you just add the oatmeal and cover it, let it simmer for several minutes, and then there you go. All right, so the water's boiling. Go ahead and add the oatmeal now. Okay. And once it's in, just going to put that lid on. Bring it down to a low heat and just let it simmer for several minutes. Down. And there you go. And just let it go for several minutes. So a couple things while this is cooking. You can mess with the flavors as much as you want. For example, you can even change the way you cook it. So we cook it on the stove here, right? The traditional way of cooking oatmeal on a stove. You'll get more of a little bit depends on how long you let it go, but more of like a soupy texture, traditional oatmeal, right? But other times I would bake it, and then you can forego this whole extra step, right, of adding an additional cup of water into a pot, and you just put it into a well greased pan, and you can bake it in the oven if you like more of that kind of style. But what I also really like about this recipe is how versatile it is, right? You can experiment as much as you want with the flavors. Like yesterday, I put in, I'm sorry, 2 days ago when I soaked the oatmeal that I ate yesterday, right? Because I soaked it for about 24 hours. I put apple cider vinegar in it. And it came out, well, with a very vinegary type taste. It had a very strong apple kind of taste. So if that's something you think that you might not like, although you might not know until you try it, then you can soak it in all kinds of different things, like I said, whether it's lemon juice or whey or yogurt or kefir, right? Something, some kind of acidic medium to help break down some of the nutrients and kind of get that pre-digesting going. But I'm going to try it with the lemon juice today. It's been a really long time. I don't really remember how it comes out, but we'll find out today. But again, you can experiment with the flavors as much as you want. Some of my favorites have been like raspberry banana or blueberry banana or apple cinnamon, raisin, things like that, right? I'll actually put little apple chunks in, little raisin pieces, and I'll let all of that soak with apple cider vinegar for about 24 hours, and then I'll bake it. And you almost get like an apple pie, it's a semi-sweet apple pie kind of texture to it. So again, experiment as much as you want, but it's cheap It's easy to digest, and it feeds that gut bacteria and helps boost that immunity. But I'm gonna let this go for another 6 7 minutes or whatever until it's done cooking, and then you guys will get to see my live reaction to how this tastes. And here we are. Okay, so I have not tasted it yet. I have not put anything in it. So here's my live reaction. It is a little hot. Hopefully it won't burn my tongue. Maybe I should have let it cool down a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it. Like I said, when I put the apple cider vinegar in, using this cooking method, it definitely had a strong, appley taste, which I enjoyed. But I put the lemon juice in this time as my acidic medium. So I'm going to see if it kind of has the same effect, if it has that strong lemony flavor. So let's give this a shot. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's not. That's good. It's not as strong as the apple cider one. It definitely has that subtle taste of lemon in it, but it's not nearly as strong as the apple cider vinegar taste. So I really like this. And from here, you can doctor it up as much as you want. Sometimes I like to put different seeds and things in my oatmeal. So I'm gonna try it with some hemp hearts, um, and I'm gonna try it with a little bit of honey too, because I figure, hey, lemon and honey usually go together. So I'm gonna put a little bit in here and see what I think. All right, lemon or honey and hemp hearts. Let's try it out now. Mm, that's good. That's good. Well, there you go, everybody. So again, it's as versatile as you want it, but as long as you remember the basics of 1-to-1 ratio of dry oats to water, and then using an acidic medium to soak it for overnight and up to 24 hours, then you're going to get the most benefits. And then from there, again, it's just experimenting with the flavors that you like, that's going to make it the most enjoyable for you. But again, it's cheap, as tasty as you want to make it, feeds that gut bacteria and boosts your immune system. So looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Post your questions and comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and let me know if there's anything you'd like me to cover in the future. But till next time, guys.